only playing Nirvana songs. Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. This week we're doing the final part of my Lucy Gray costume series. As you can see, we will be tackling the skirt this week. And if you're interested in seeing how I made the blouse and the corset, I will link the making of videos up top and down below, so be sure to check those out as well. Without any further ado, here's how I made the skirt. The pattern I'm using for the base of the skirt is Simplicity S9 or 123. Fabric wise, I'm using the champagne satin as the base layer of the skirt and overlaying it with this polka dot tulle. And for the ruffles on the skirt, I am using the soft bridal tulle, and obviously some of the colours do need to be dyed, but we'll come back to that later. First things first, it is time to cut out the pattern pieces of the skirt. So first I'm cutting out the tulle and then I'm cutting out the satin. Now on to dyeing. So this time round I didn't actually use any formulas. I sort of just measured with my heart for each colour, and I added more water when it needed it to get the desired colour. And this took a little while, but I got there in the end. Something I did differently this time was I didn't pre-wet the fabric before adding it to the dye bath, and once it was in, I didn't stir it. And the reason I did this is because I actually wanted the fabric to dye unevenly in places, because if you look at hers in the film, she's got splotches of like white all through the colours of the ruffles, so that's how I achieved that.
So this is the result of all of the dyes. These ones weren't dyed. This one I didn't have any paint dye for, so I'm going to have to go get that today. This is the yellow. I think that came out absolutely perfect. Same with the orange here. And then there's the two reds. Now, you can see here they're slightly different shades. Like this one's a fraction darker, but I think I'm going to put this one through another dye bath again today just to get it even darker again. But other than that, I'm really happy with how the colours are starting to look.
And here are all the colours after their final dye baths. Look how much better that red on the end came out. Now that I was satisfied with the colour of the tulle, it was on to figuring out the placement of the tulle ruffles on the skirt. So as you can see here, I just sort of marked along the existing pattern piece and then did some maths to figure out where the points of the tulle would go. You can see it all here. It was very confusing to me, and yeah, I hope the sped up process here shows you sort of what I did. After the placement template was done, it was time to cut out the ruffles themselves. So I started out cutting out rows of 3-inch wide ruffles, and then I made them gradually smaller as I went up the tiers of the skirt. With all the strips cut out, it was then time to begin ruffling them. So I used a gathering foot on my machine and then spent the next 3 hours gathering all of the tulle strips. The ruffles for the skirt are now sufficiently ruffled. That took 3 hours to ruffle everything. You guys got that nice little time lapse. I was stood by my sewing machine for 3 hours. Woo. Anyway, now that that's done, I'm going to take the template here that I drew, and I'm going to transfer it to the top layer of the dotted tulle, and I'm going to start attaching the ruffles. So that's very exciting, because once that's done, all of the time-consuming part of this project's done, and I just put the skirt together. And putting the skirt together is going to take me like 20 minutes tops, so I am so close to having this done right now. Yeah, anyway, another sewing montage. New day, new shirt. Ruffles are finally all sewn on to the outer layer and it looks so nice, so cool, so happy with it. And now I have a conundrum. So I've been reading the book as I've been making this dress, and in the book it mentions that Lucy Gray has really deep pockets in her skirt. So I am debating now whether or not I'm actually going to add pockets into the skirt itself before joining it all together. My only issue is, usually this isn't a hard thing to do, but the skirt pattern that I've chosen actually zips up in the side, which is where I'll need to put the pocket, and I've never actually put pocket and zip in the same thing together. I don't know if it's possible, but I do think I'm going to give it a try, so let's give it a try. Using leftover fabric from the bloomers, I cut out some pockets to put into the sides of the skirt. I use this calico because it's a lot stronger than the satin that the actual skirt itself is made out of. With the pocket sewn to the skirt, I then sewed up the two sides together and then inserted the zip. I'm sorry I don't have footage of it, it was just very confusing. I did it! So, pocket, pocket, see? We got two pockets, and then a zip. I figured it out. I feel so clever right now. So the next step is attaching the ruffle overlay over the top and then putting on the waistband, and then she's done. Told you this would take like 20 minutes to do once I actually finish that monstrosity. I sewed the tulle layers together at the sides, leaving a gap where the pocket would go, and here's my fantastic footage of me doing that. It's not finished. I still have the hemming of the skirt to do and obviously the waistband to put on, but look, we've got functional pockets. And of course, let's do a twirl test. I am so happy with how this has come together. All those hours I spent ruffling, absolutely worth it. So let's get a waistband and stuff put on, eh? Here's the waistband pinned to the skirt, and here's some more fantastic footage of me sewing. Look, you can really see it, can't you? Anyway, without any further ado, why don't we do a whole costume reveal? This one's about a boy back in 12. I don't know how to play her song yet. I should have learned it. And there you have it. That is how I made my Lucy Gray costume from the Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes. I'm really pleased with how this turned out overall. I really like the shirt and the skirt. I think they're my favourite pieces. The corset is a little bit too short, I think, so I do think I'm going to be remaking that in the future. And if you want this one, follow my Instagram because I'll probably end up selling it over there. The thing I really don't like about this costume is these shoes. They're 2 sizes too small for me, but I knew that going into it. But I mean, can you complain? They look incredible. But they're definitely photo shoot only shoes. If I wear this to a convention, I'll have to invest in some different shoes. Yeah, so I really hope you guys enjoyed the journey of making this costume along with me. I'm happy. I hope you're happy. And like I said in the beginning, if you want to see how the blouse and the corset was made, I'll link it up top, down below, and at the end of this video. So once again, thank you guys so much for watching. If you really like this video, consider dropping a like, leaving a comment, maybe even subscribing if you really liked it. I usually do a lot of sewing, crafting and fun related videos here on this channel, and I usually try and upload every week or so, usually around the weekend. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you next week. Bye!
Just be safe. I don't want to have to be one of those husbands who's filming while you're getting yourself hurt.
I can't believe she did the whole Hunger Games in heels though. Like, I am struggling.